Greetings, hunters. Today's video is to discuss the Hunt Showdown 1896 UI. After quite a few hours of having to get used to it, I've determined that it's not all bad. I've compiled a short list of 5 things I love and hate about this UI, and I'll try my best to give constructive criticism as to how those things could be improved as well. Thanks for checking out this video, and let's get into 5 things I love and hate about Hunt's UI. Equipping skins and charms is easy. The first thing I love about Hunt's UI, I find it really convenient to be able to simply right-click, open up the charms and skins menu, and apply these skins or charms to my current loadout. I give kudos to the UI team on this because it gives me a chance to flex my super duper cool skins while waiting on my team to ready up, or something to do while I've got some extra time to kill in menus. Number 2, saving health bars. This is a fantastic UX practice that could go a long ways if they applied these ideas to other aspects of the UI. Imagine if you came out of a game and it automatically brought back your bars that you lost and loaded up your favorite perks and consumables for the next round. Less clicks is always better. Get out of the match and right back in ASAP with little downtime, maximizing your playtime and spending less time fumbling through screens. Number 3, favoriting frequently used. This is another great practice for making the lives of the player base easier. You can easily find all your most commonly used items as long as you star them, and you can equip your hunters with a lot more ease. This favorite system applies to hunter recruits, hunter roster, consumables, perks, tools, and weapons, making for a nice customizable favorites list to suit your needs and stop you from searching for too long. Number 4, keyboard navigation. Though it has taken me quite some time to relearn the muscle memory of keyboard navigation, now that I've spent a lot more time in these menus and with this UI, I've gotten used to pressing certain buttons to do what I'd like to do. The more you force yourself to learn this hotkeys, the sooner you'll find yourself quickly navigating through the sometimes confusing layouts of this menu system. Or you can just simply stick to clicking everything as well. Number 5, detailed death screen. This specifically applies to in-match details, but I love how detailed the damage, kill view, and statistics have grown, showing you a brief timeline of every single stat that took place during your most recent fights. It could be nice to know that the hunter that shot you point blank with a Romero actually took an arm shot, and you were shot by another hunter during that fight, sometimes removing the doubt of your own death, or explaining some weird circumstances. Okay, now we're going to talk about 5 things that I hate about the Hunt UI, so get ready. Number 1, inviting one person at a time and region select. This is something that changed with the relaunch of Hunt Showdown, and since has bothered me. You're unable to invite more than one person at a time, and everyone must select the same region in advance. In my opinion, the region should automatically change based on the host, and you should be able to invite both partners at the same time to reduce clicks and time spent waiting for group formation. Number 2, in-game viewing equipment of teammates is cumbersome and too many clicks. So you want to see your teammates' loadout and perks in-game? Well, you're going to put yourself at a bit of a disadvantage if you're in any sort of engagement. In order to view their loadouts, you have to click through 2 screens, all the while blocking what's going on in-game. It's a very cumbersome way to show this, and I much prefer the old way, whereas it was one button you could overlay even while continuing to run. Number 3, there's too many screens for details after a match. I think an after-action report has too many screens in Hunt. You have to go through these screens that are buried under another sub-menu away from the main lobby screen. It should be easily accessible from the lobby, and you should have all the details on one screen. There's no reason to have an entirely dedicated tab to this, and I believe it would be much more convenient overall to have it in one place where you can conveniently click and overlay it over your lobby. Number 4, equipping hunters is confusing. In general, equipping and unequipping pieces of your loadout tends to feel very clunky. I'm not sure how it feels on console or controller, but I still don't like the actual layout of the equipment screen for hunters and choosing between your roster and selecting a specific hunter. It still feels a bit jarring to go through these loadout screens, and I imagine it is even more confusing for someone who's never touched the game before and might even be a huge turnoff. Perhaps at least for onboarding new players, you can have a recommended loadouts tab, or perhaps just simplify the amount of screens and clicks you need to jump through to load up a hunter. Number 5, useless menus. Overall, there are just a lot of what I would describe as filler junk menus. Some of these menus I've never clicked on or found any sort of a need for. The store for purchasing cosmetics is vast and confusing. There are several progression menus that carry little to no use, and all in all, less is more. They could certainly condense or do without a lot of these menus, some of which seem like they're just there to justify the existence of certain tabs. Just build a cosmetics tab that is filterable and easy to navigate, and remove the useless menus. It would make the UI overall seem a lot less cluttered and a pleasure to navigate. That's pretty much the extent of how I see this UI, and if you want to add some of your own thoughts on what you love or how they can improve and fine-tune the existing menu, speak up in the comments below, and let's talk about it. Thanks again for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, feel free to drop a like, as it helps a little channel like mine get a few more eyes on the content. Later.